Hey guys, welcome to the review of the Apple iPad Air 2. So the iPad Air was the surprisingly thin and the light device when it first came out, and the iPad 2 is a successor to the famous device, and this is even thinner and lighter than the previous iPad Air. So this is stunningly thin and light, and it has all the goodies that the old iPad Air had, except for the mute key over here, but that's just a minor issue. So it comes in three different colors: silver, space gray, and gold. We didn't get a unit in gold because the gold was too gold. And the back side of the space gray comes in a bit darker tone than the silver one, and this is the silver. Gold one obviously is really just plain gold. Alright, so those are the Wi-Fi models. The LTE, aka the cellular models, come with the little antenna strips on the top, so it's gonna look a little bit different than the units that you're seeing right now. So the biggest difference on the iPad Air 2 than the previous iPad Air is the Touch ID, of course. We've been seeing this since the iPhone 5S, and this finally is on the two new pair of the iPads called the iPad Air 2 and the iPad Mini 3, which barely has any differences than the Touch ID button over there than the previous iPad Mini with the Retina display. Alright, so a little bit of details over here. The display, of course, and the front-facing camera, the iSight camera, Touch ID, and the little details come over here. Those two are all the iPad Air 2's. Volume rocker over here, compared to the previous iPad Air, it lacks the mute key over here. That also worked as a rotation lock key on your choice. So it's built in as a soft key right now. And the microphone, of course, and nothing's there. On the top comes with the power key over there and earphones jack. And nothing on the left side. The cellular model is going to have a nano SIM card slot here and there, so you'll see a little extra slot there. And speaker grill comes over here with the lightning ports, of course. And you can see the little details that on the space gray one, you can see even inside the lightning port has the different colors. Not exactly getting the focus, but not a big issue. So comes in the back is an upgraded camera with the microphone, and of course the Apple logo and the iPad logo, and this clean slate of aluminum unibody metal that you're seeing right now. So this is the iPad Air 2. Nope, I'm not turning it off. And for those of you who are wondering how it compares with the other tablets in the market, so this is the Google's new Nexus 9, and you can simply double tap to wake. And so this is a 9 inches and this is a 10 inches, so you can see the differences with the size. And if you're wondering about the back, it goes like that. So that's a little size comparison. And of course, if you're wondering between the if you're thinking between the iPad Mini 3, goes like that. So there is that much of the size or the screen differences, so you might want to choose depending on your main usage for the tablet. So there is a Touch ID, of course, so you can register up to the numerous number of the fingers over here at the Touch ID menu. You can just get into that, add up your fingerprint, and use that to unlock the screen or purchase some items on the App Store as well. And as the iOS 8 is here, there are more applications that are supporting the Touch ID security feature, so you'll have more usability from now on. And the iPad Air 2, of course, comes with the iOS 8.1. Includes a lot of differences, including the Safari over here and the many other apps comes with added up the features that you can share to other apps than the ones that are supported. So third-party feature is updated over here. So on more, you can just post here to Tumblr or other apps that support the API. So that's one of the things that I really welcome about the iOS 8.1, including the third-party keyboard functionality. I haven't really added up any. I'm totally fine with the Apple's built-in keyboard, but on the iPhones or the iPads, if you prefer to, you can just download a third-party keyboard from the App Store, and you can use the third-party keyboard as you're doing on the Android devices. Everything else pretty much stays the same. The folders are there, just apps are useful. The multi-touch features are there. You can simply go into an app and you can just close that in to close the app to back to the main screen, to the launcher, the springboard. Do they still call it the springboard? To the springboard. And the main thing that I got here compared to the previous version of the iPad Air is, of course, it's thinner and lighter, but some added up camera features are very noticeable. The camera itself is upgraded, and there are newly added functions such as a burst mode and time lapse and slow mo. So we can see the videos over here that we have slow mode. Over here it's gonna ooh, and then come back to the normal speed, and so on and so forth. And of course, the time lapse is here as well, so you can just like fast forward the videos. We've seen this from the iPhones and the latest version of the iOSs, so that's a little neat feature. And the camera itself is upgraded as well. So let's take a look at the more photos over here. So those are the photos that we have taken with the camera on the iPad Air 2. Like this, the HDR works really great. And the photo quality is just pretty much the best photo quality that we've ever seen on a tablet. And we are not exactly entirely sure if tablet should be the main camera that you should use for the everyday uses. We've seen people taking photos with the tablets, and seems not exactly handy. So, but if you happen to take a photo with the camera on your tablet, it's always better if it takes better photos, and it is better on the iPad Air 2. The feature that it misses from the previous iPad is the key over here that worked as a mute and the screen rotation lock key. This is on the bar over here. There is a newly added button over here that you can rotation lock or mute your device. So that's a little neat feature. And the processor itself is upgraded too, so whichever you do, let's say that we get access to our homepage on thecage.com, is whatever you're doing, scrolling is stunningly fast, and everything is really fast. And the screen itself, they have a new fully laminated screen over here, so it's a shame that we don't have an original iPad to compare with, but the screen is crazy. The color is amazing and is stunningly non-reflective. So most of the times that you're using your tablet, is gonna be the screen that you'll be staring at the most of the times. And screen is insanely beautiful. And this is by far one of the best screens that I've ever seen on a tablet. And the battery life is pretty amazing. It lasts easily to the long 10 hours by minimum on my daily usage. I've been actually recording on the battery usage, and the usage time actually cut down in the middle, so I had to recharge it, and here I am. But the battery time is amazing, even though it's thinner and lighter than the previous iPad Air. So, this is not exactly like a major redesign of the iPad. It looks almost identical as the iPad Air, and it's the internals and a little bit of the width, the thickness, and the weight that has got changed. But they actually do a lot, and it's incredibly handy to be holding on your hands. And this is not exactly a burden anymore when you're sleeping, when you're on your bed and surfing on the net anymore. So this is an amazing iPad, and we kind of get the pattern now. So what Apple does for the market that is actually dominating, it doesn't really do quite as the hardware updates or any kind of updates. For the market that is shrinking or doing not as good as it was doing before, they upgrade the processor, they double up the RAM, and they add up a Touch ID, and they sell it for the same price. That's what they do. So you can see that. And from what we have perceived from the iPad Air 2, the lesser market share that they get, or so to say, they lose, the more benefits that the customers get for the same price compared to what they done the iPad, the iPhone 6. This is what you get when their market share shrink. Overall, this is an amazing tablet, and this is pretty much the best tablet you can get for the $499, and that's the starting price. One of the problems that we had found was that the storage, now it comes with 16, 64, and 128 gigabytes. Some might find that you get 64 gigabytes. This is a 64 gigabytes unit, and one might say that you get to have 64 gigabytes for the price of the 32, but no. In fact, you're getting a 16, no, you're actually getting, because most of the manufacturers would have discontinued the 16 gigabytes and gone to the 32 as the base memory, but Apple didn't do that, so that's a little bummer there. Aside from that, the iPad Air 2 itself is an amazing tablet and fun to use and reliable as always. Although the iOS 8.1 has some bugs, including the Wi-Fi issues, this still is one of the best operating system to be seen on a tablet. So whether you're an iPad fan or just an everyday tablet user, it's gonna be totally fine. Whether you play games or just surf the net or do any professional work, this is a tablet for you for the price range, and this is just a better iPad overall. That was undercage.com. If you want to check out more photos or the reviews for the other devices, don't forget to drop by undercage.com. That's our homepage. And our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. There, actually, I have all of the app there. No, I don't have an Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Do drop by to get the latest Undercage. Thanks.